fantastic DITers. Welcome to week 3. Look at my shirt that I wore today. So I don't know if you guys have heard the story or not, but I made a dream board when I first started Scentsy, and everything on my dream board had come true except one thing, and that was to go on an African safari. So I got to go on an African safari thanks to Scentsy, and I just wanted to kind of share a little story with you. Oh, you could see my new clock in the background that was just delivered. A little story that I wanted to share. So we were at Scentsy Family Reunion, and they were about to announce, the last night they were announcing the next incentive trip. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I've been to Greece, I've been to Italy and Spain, and I've been all these amazing places. Where could they possibly take me next? And up pops a lion, and the lion roars, and I immediately am like crying with goosebumps everywhere, dying, because I know it's Africa. And they announced that the top 100 earners in the entire company globally will get to go to Africa. And you know what I thought? I thought, I'm going to Africa. How am I going to get there? So here's the only reason I'm telling you that story is not because I'm bragging, but because I want you guys to train your brain to think positive, to think big, to think huge. Like, I didn't sit there and think, oh my gosh, I wish I could be in the top 100. It's going to be so hard for me because I'm already a superstar director, and that's where you get the most points. And that's why it's so hard for superstar directors to earn trips. How am I ever going to do it? No, I didn't think that. I thought, I'm going. How am I going to make this happen? So anyway, just wanted to share that with you because I want you guys to start really believing in yourselves. You have to believe in you, and you have to believe in Scentsy. 100% unshakable belief. Okay, so this week you are going to read, in our awesome book, you're going to read chapters 5 and 6. Chapter 5 is called Become a Persuasive Communicator. Chapter 6 is Work the Numbers. So becoming a persuasive communicator. So while we're talking about belief, it's literally all about belief. You have got to believe in Scentsy 105 million, is that even a number? %. No, it's not a number. Okay, so you've got to practice. You've got to believe, so practice. Okay, the reason I'm saying practice is because I looked at my notes and I saw that I wrote the word practice, which made absolutely no sense where I said it. But here's what I was thinking when I wrote that. You guys have to practice sharing Scentsy's story along with your own story. It takes practice. It's hard to stand in front of people and share. It takes a ton of practice. So here is what I want you guys to do. I want you to go on to Scentsy.com, and you are going to, I think I wrote down, I went to make sure I knew exactly how to do this. Let's see, where is it? Oh my gosh, I know I wrote it down. I must have written it over here. I did. Here's where I wrote it. So you go to Scentsy.com and you scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you click on Learn More at the bottom, and then you're going to go in that section. So I want you to start with Our Story. So I want you to go on Scentsy.com. I want you to really explore the website. They've put a lot of time and effort into that website. You are going to learn so much about Scentsy. Get a piece of paper and a pen and take notes, because I want you to believe completely and solely so much in Scentsy that you never ever think or consider joining a second company, another direct sales company, that you have unshakable belief in Scentsy. So go on that page, take notes, learn lots of great stuff, because when you really understand what a great company you work for, you'll never consider leaving, and you will never consider any other option besides huge success. So I have one of those goofy little floor vacuum cleaner thingies, so if you hear a weird noise in the background, that's what it is, because I'm vacuuming while I'm working. Okay, so anyway, you're gonna go and do that, because this is what I want you to really think about this week. Believing, again, have I said that enough? Believing in you, believing in Scentsy, and getting your team to believe. That's the harder part, because you are already a star consultant. So I know you believe, but we're going to work on more belief. But all of your newer consultants, you've got to really work on getting them to believe. So that's there's a lot of great information in chapter 5 about believing. Okay, so then we're going to move on into chapter 6, and that one is called Work the Numbers. And I love the quote that Mary Christensen says at the very top of chapter 6. I have it highlighted with notes and a pink sticker, and it says, believe in everyone, but rely on no one. So that is a very powerful statement. Business is all up to you. It's not up to your newest recruit. It's not up to your rock star, best person on your team. It's not up to anybody but you. And like I've said before, you've got to keep filling that bucket with new people because people will leave. And if you're not consistently adding new people to your team, then you're going to be in trouble at some point. So keep adding, keep that passion up, keep on believing, because that's the word of the week apparently. So here's a little thought. So I've kind of come up with a bit of a formula of how much time. So this is where people get stuck. People get stuck spending way too much time on Facebook. That's a major problem. People get stuck spending too much time helping the brand new team member that has, or not even the brand new, actually that's not what I meant to say. They get stuck helping the team member that's been around for 6 months and still has 5 million questions, but never really does anything that any of the ideas that you give them, they never put them into action. So that makes it a little bit difficult. So I'm going to give you a formula, and you're going to use this formula for an entire week. So you are going to put 80% of your time that you have allocated for Scentsy into you. You're going to put only 20% into your team. Okay, it's going to make it a little bit tricky. So for every hour that you're going to spend on your Scentsy business, you're going to put 80% of it on you, okay, into you. You're going to spend 33% of the time sponsoring, 33% of the time booking, and 33% of the time selling. So personally, I like to put more into sponsoring, but we're going to try to make it nice and even, okay? So for every hour that you have, 48 minutes is going to go into you. I hope you guys are following me and I'm not completely confusing you. So 48 minutes are going to go into you and 12 minutes into your team, okay? So of that 48 minutes, you're going to spend 16 minutes on sponsoring, 16 minutes on booking, and 16 minutes on selling, okay? Then on your team, you have that extra 12 minutes. Following me? So you're going to come up, you're going to write this all down. You're going to plan out your Scentsy week. I want you to plan that out. You're going to actually start using a timer. You're going to time yourself. So you're going to say, all right, I have 12 minutes right now. I'm going to work on sponsoring. Hit that timer. Go for it. Do a booking blitz. Or that's not sponsoring. Duh. Do a sponsoring blitz. Hey, that could be kind of a cool thing to do a sponsoring blitz. Start making phone calls. Start following up. Get out your old door price slips. Follow up with people that have said that they have interest in Scentsy. Pull out your notebook. I have a little notebook that I have, and it's not the greatest, but you can make whatever you want. I had this printed. I actually don't love it. I would like to recreate it, but I just keep track. So these are people I've had conversations with in yesterday, actually. Those are all 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people I had conversations with yesterday. I keep track. I keep a notebook. Have a sponsoring notebook, guys. This will be life-changing for you. Just make notes always so that you can go back and say, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to her in like 7 months. I need to talk to her. So keep a notebook or keep some kind of a system that works for you. There are all kinds of systems out there. I've done them all. I've done index cards, whatever. Right now I'm working on a notebook. So you're gonna work it out. So plan it out. Make sure that you're spending the right amount of time. So you've got that 48 minutes per hour that you're spending on you and 12 minutes per hour that you're spending on your team. Now, here's the tricky part. On your team, what does that mean? That means you've got to dump the majority of your time into your rock stars and your brand new consultants. Those people that suck the time up. I know it's so hard and I don't mean to sound mean, and it's being realistic. If you've given somebody 15 suggestions on how to book parties and they come back to you and say, I did it all, it's not working, what else can you do? You can lead the horse to the camel, but you can't make them drink, unfortunately. So so new people are the ones with all the life, the people that are like super excited and that you want to just give them everything that you have, along with your rock stars, those that are putting in following. If you have somebody following the 2-year plan, selling 2,000 and sponsoring 2 people, you better really dump a bunch of time and help and energy and everything you have into them. But those who are keeping their PRV up, those who are hitting the minimums, those who are always active, those who are active on your pages, those like really super positive, awesome, amazing people, give them your time. Okay, so one thing I wanted to touch on, which I don't even know why I have to continue to say this, but guys, keep it positive on social media. I've seen some things lately. Come on, don't put your dirty laundry on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter. Don't do it. If you're using any social media platform to to build your business, to work on your business, and you're posting that, whatever, the car dealership down the road is terrible, they fixed your car and it's still messed up and you'll never use them again and blah, 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 blah. Well, you have people reading that and feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on her team because what if I did something wrong? What if I made a mistake? Is she going to blast me? So guys, keep it. Can you hear that? It's so funny that my husband bought that. We don't even have pets. Anyway, you get the point. Keep it positive. Okay, so moving on to your assignments for the week. So assignment number 1 is you're going to go to Scentsy.com. Like I said earlier, you're going to take notes. You're going to make some really great notes. You're going to organize your notes. And then you're going to go on, what page do I want you to do this on? On your director's page. So your director's page, you might want to tell your team, hey, make sure you guys are all on. I'm going to go live on Jen's page or whoever your director is. And I'm going to just give you some information on how brilliant Scentsy is. So give us a little history. Tell us the Scentsy story. Tell us what awards Scentsy has earned. All these amazing things that Scentsy has done. What's so great? Why is Scentsy better? Why is Scentsy different? Teach us. Go Facebook Live. Tell us. It doesn't have to be perfect. Keep it somewhat short. Keep it a little bit exciting, okay? Don't be like, in 1987, Heidi graduated from high school. And then she always thought that blah, blah, blah. And then Alice poured the wax by hand. Okay, guys, got to keep it a little bit exciting. I know it's hard, and I know that I'm a little over the top ridiculous about some of this stuff, but just do the best you can. Okay, that's assignment number 1. Assignment number 2 is you're going to break down your time. You're going to show us your plan of how you're going to spend your 48 minutes, your 16 minutes, your 12 minutes, whatever it is that you have for time. Okay, so if you have 2 hours, you get to double all of that. Okay, today I'm going to spend 2 hours on my Scentsy business. So show us in the comments a picture, and make sure you check in with your team captain. By the way, make sure you guys are sending all of your assignments to your team captains. Don't make them chase you because they're just as busy as you are. And team captains, please make sure that maybe you could, you know what, I have a plan. Team captains, from now on, please write down the assignments and send them to your mentor. Your mentors are in here out of the kindness of their hearts. They are not here they're not gaining or benefiting in any way except for to help you because they are brilliant and masters. So that's why they're here. So if you could just send them each time you watch the video what the assignments are for the week, that way they don't have to go and listen to the whole video if they don't want to. Okay. So it's to break down, show us your plan with your minutes, how that, you're 33% in those areas of 80%, 20%. I don't have to go over it again. Okay, assignment number 3 is you guys have to keep recruiting. I talked about the bucket. You got to keep adding people. Let's see your recruiting packets. Show us a picture of what you do. What do you hand out? What do you keep with you at all times? Because I know you always have recruiting packets on you, right? Even if it's simple, even if it's a product sheet with a business card stapled to it, that could be a recruiting packet. I don't care, but just have it ready to hand to anybody who has any information, who has any questions about Scentsy. Also, make sure that I used to do door prize slips. Now I do the Facebook friend thing. I actually ask people, hey, would you like to be my friend on Facebook? I think I've told you that before. And then I take a picture. As soon as I friend them on Facebook, I take a picture with my phone, and then I put it into a little album. I create an album for people I've met through Scentsy, and then I go into my notes and I make a little note so that I remember, in 2 days, because I remember nothing. I can't even tell you anything, what shampoo I used today. So I have to make notes for myself because I have a terrible memory. So what was the assignment? Get your recruiting packets together. Show us a picture of your recruiting packets. And your final assignment is you're going to have an official team meeting with your family so that you can review with them your goals. Maybe have a meeting with your spouse and go over the compensation plan. Explain it to them. Be like, hey, look how cool this is. Look what we could do if we work a little harder. So those are your 4 assignments. You got them, so go to Scentsy.com, take notes, and then go live on your director's page. Assignment 2 is break down your time, show us your plan of where you're going to spend your time this week and what you're going to do. 3 is get your recruiting packets together, take a picture for us so that we know you always have these with you and you're ready. And 4 is your family meeting to talk to your family about what the goals and the plans are for the month. All right, guys. You are directors in my eyes. It's coming. 2018 is your year.